get this win and get back to 500.
Yeah, I agree.
Starting five for DRS is Ben Leichtong, Amiel Kirstein, Gideon Valensky, Ellie Rose, and Moshe Bennett.
3 freshmen in the lineup. 3, juniors in the lineup. Very interesting.
And the tip is 1, and Amiel is going to bring up the ball for the DRS.
Amiel, great point guard, great shooter, very smart player. I got it. Passes to Ellie. Ellie Rose, pull-up jumper.
Quick shot for Ellie.
Ellie taps it out. Great play, great athletic play by Ellie. Taps it back out to Amiel. To Leichtong. Ellie, nice cut in the middle to Amiel. Amiel resets.
Takes his time. Hits Ellie at the left. Amiel looking to shoot to Ben. Ben with a good shot at the high post. And DRS is up 2 right away.
Leichtong, one of the better shooters on the team. That was a great shot by him. DRS looking to trap early and press. They want to get off to a quick
and
start.
And Shaare gets right back with the points to tie the game up.
Amiel bringing up the ball. Swings to Ellie. Back to Amiel, back to Ellie. Ellie hesitates, passes out to Bennett. Back to Amiel. Amiel open, pump fakes, drives. Hands off to Gideon. Gideon steps back. Leichtong for 3.
Bang! Leichtong is 2 for 2 coming out tonight's game with a 3 and a mid-range shot. 5 points for Leichtong.
If you leave Leichtong open, you will pay.
You will pay for it, correct. Shaare bring up the ball with a fast break. And another bucket for Shaare, and they are down by 1 with the score of 5-4 DRS.
DRS has got to do a better job of getting back in transition. Their transition defense has not been great so far. Amiel bringing it up, swings to Ellie. Back to Amiel. They're doing a box and 1 on Gideon, trying to neutralize DRS's best scorer, most versatile player. And Bennett gets the ball down low, and he was fouled.
Bennett will be shooting too.
For 2 shots. Bennett misses the first one strong. You know, one of the great things about Moshe Bennett, he is such a good foul shooter. You know, he's so big and hard to contain, and if you foul him, you know, he's gonna hit those foul shots. So it's not easy to take him. It's really not easy. Gideon with the offensive rebound, and he is fouled. What a great play by Gideon Valensky. So now Gideon to the line for 2 shots. Hopefully DRS can capitalize on these foul shots. Gideon known as a very good foul shooter. And the first one is pure. Pretty disappointing crowd here, Zach. What do you think?
Yeah, usually for the Varsity, the greenhouse is pretty large. Tonight, we don't see any DRS fans.
Yeah, there's only the Heschel coach there.
Heschel scouting out for the game next. I don't know when the game is.
So Valensky missed, and they got Shaare Torah with the rebound. So now they're on offense, swinging the ball around to number 30. Good defense by DRS. DRS known for their suffocating zone defense, 2-3 zone. Number 30 puts up a 3, no good, and it hits the top, and it's out of bounds. DRS ball.
And DRS will be inbounding. Amiel will bring up the ball for DRS with the score of 6-4 DRS. Elliott to Gideon. Gideon looks for Amiel. Amiel shoots to 3. Bang! And Amiel with 3 points to start off the game. Shaare will bring up. DRS is playing a 2-3. Shaare looking, shoots, misses, rebounded by Gideon Valensky.
Gideon pushing, fast break. Well, he could have had a man ahead, but it was a tough pass. He dumps it off to Ellie, and Ellie finishes on the break. Ellie's so good on transition. You know, he's so quick, so athletic, so hard to stop in transition.
This is exactly what DRS wanted, to come out strong, make them call a quick timeout, and coach is very happy right now.
Coach Abraham Stein preaching about running down the floor fast. You know, not giving the defense time to set up. You know, DRS is such an athletic team. This is how they can get so many of their points and can be so effective in transition. What do you think, Zach?
I think that if they keep on pushing the ball, Shaare won't be able to keep up with them.
I agree. They will just tire them out. You know, they're more athletic, and I think personally more skilled. So it's looking good for DRS right now.
Looking good. Shaare calls a timeout to talk things over. Hopefully they can come back and capitalize.
So DRS keeping in their starting five. 5 minutes left in the first quarter, sorry. The score is 11-4 DRS. Shaare bringing it up. Swinging it around. Shot from the right wing, in and out. And the rebound goes to Leichtung. Looking up, but no pass available. Amiel pushing it to Ellie. Ellie drives, thinking about it. What an athletic move.
What a great play by Ellie.
Great finish.
And the score is 13-4 DRS. Shaare will bring with the ball. Look to get a good bucket in right now. He stole by Gideon Valensky. He'll push it down the court. Hits Amiel, slows things down. Almost stolen. Good defense by Shaare. Gideon passes out to Amiel to slow things down for DRS.
Calling out a play here. If I'm not mistaken, I heard a wheel.
And then stolen by Shaare. Shaare will bring it down the court. And the coach seems to call a play called Apple. And it's stolen by Gideon. Oh, and out of bounds. Good effort by Gideon Valensky. But it would be Shaare's ball coming out.
Gideon's so long, so great at anticipating those passes and getting easy buckets in transition on the other way.
Definitely agree with that. Oh.
So as Shaare knocks down the three, you know, one of the things that coach was so angry about last game was the lack of effort from DRS. You know, against First they looked like they weren't playing with their max effort, and they've done a much better job tonight of showing that they want it. You know, tonight they're 3-2. The backs are against the wall a little bit, and they're playing really hard right now. Gideon with a nice hustle play, but tips it out to Shaare kid. Shaare kid driving, throws up a wild shot, and it's out of bounds.
Shaare ball.
Off of DRS. So Shaare inbounds, it's tipped, but it makes its way out to the right wing and back up to 35 to reset. Swinging it around. Shaare's remained competitive so far. 21 has a nice open shot, and he's unable to capitalize. Gideon with a big board. No, he's so long. Such a great player. Really one of the top 5 players in the league. Gideon taking it to the hole. Great move, slithering in, but unable to finish.
And Shaare will get a nice board and bring it up the court. Number 35 playing, looks to be the point guard for Shaare. Shaare looking to get a points. Passes to the wing, to the corner. Good defense by Ellie Rose. And hits down low. What a great play, but can't finish. And it's boarded by Ben Leichtung.
Ben Leichtung dribbling it up. Passes to Amiel. Amiel setting it up. Passes to Ellie. Ellie drives. Nice dump off pass, and they just grabbed Bennett. Wasn't called originally, but they saw that. Bennett to the line, I believe. Nope, my mistake. Foul on the ground, and in for DRS. Svika Septimus. Yeah, I agree. Svika Septimus and Ben Weinstein in for Moshe Bennett and Ellie Rose. Svika Septimus, one of the hardest workers you'll see out there. And he has an open 3. He is not that grim. And now
Me and
Shaare.
Svika play every day in gym, a 3-point contest, and he usually goes 5 for 5, so I'm surprised he missed that one. Great 3-point shooter.
Yeah, really a hard worker, you know, great kid.
Worked on his shot a lot this year. Wanted to improve.
Yeah. Also, you know, Ben Leichtung is also a great example of hard work. You know, last year,
game.
yeah, you know, last year they had a great Obviously, the 33-0 team, they were incredible.
And
But
he got good minutes last year. He played with a
Yeah.
great DRS team last year.
And he just kept working hard, continuing to work hard. He worked his way up, and now he's the star of the varsity team, you know.
Yeah. And a lot of juniors on this team, so next year will look quite similar as this year.
I'd like to wish a mazel tov to Gideon on his brother Jojo Valensky's bar mitzvah this Shabbos. Shout out to Jojo and shout out to Gideon.
Mazel Jojo. Jojo just made the switch to Halb. How you liking it this year? Jojo says he's great. And he wants to say that Halb is 2-0 on the basketball team. As Shaare knocks down the foul shot. The score is 13-8 DRS.
So, after Shaare grabs the offensive rebound on the miss, and they are able to capitalize with 2 points. Amiel bringing up the ball cautiously. Amiel great at not turning the ball over. Swings to Svika. To Amiel. Amiel has a good look. So DRS has the ball now. Stole it. Amiel swung to Svika. Svika dribbling the ball. Up top. Amiel tried to force it in there to Ben Weinstein. It was a good idea, but it was a very tough pass to make. And Shaare, Shaare was able to get it out ahead, but Svika Sepkus came flying out of nowhere to make that emphatic block. Zach, what do you think about that block?
That was a great block. Great defensive play. Make sure they didn't get nice bucket over there.
You know, that's the hustle and the heart that DRS wants to see from their players, you know? And as I say that, Shaare Torah is able to capitalize and get a bucket. Now Amiel has a ball to Ben. You cannot leave Ben Leichton open. If you leave Ben open, he will knock it down.
He will pay the price for not playing defense.
Ben already has 8 points on these open shots. They're just leaving him open. Now number 35 with a deep 3 goes over the hoop and out of bounds. DRS bringing up the ball. Swing to Zvika to Ben Weinstein. Ben takes one dribble in to Amiel. Amiel tries to drive in and it's stolen. It's a big scrum and a jump ball is called. Great play. Not getting up on a play by Amiel. Good job.
Coach Shaare wanted a timeout there.
You know, it's very hard to dribble into a zone, you know, because there's just so many guys and 5 guys all around you. They all collapse on you. It's very hard to drive through a zone.
Playing today? 3-2 or 2-3?
I think they're playing a 2-3, Zach. As Ben Leichtung brings up the ball, 23 seconds left. Getting heavily pressured. Amiel passes to Zvika. Zvika inside. Zvika gets blocked. Nice move by Zvika. Nice aggressive play, but unfortunately.
Hard work. Comes in strong, looks for the layup.
Ben Leichtung throws a high, dangerously high pass to Amiel. To Zvika. To Ben. Great ball movement there, but Ben just missed. I think we should say a Shachayanu on that, Zach. What do you think?
Looking for the buzzer.
Oh! Wow!
Shaare almost gets the buzzer.
Fantastic pass.
That was a great
Fantastic
play.
pass.
If they can play like that throughout the whole entire game, I think they'll be in good shape. They're only down 4 here, and DRS is a good team.
So Zach, what do you think you saw that was good from DRS in this first quarter, and what do you think that they could work on in this first quarter?
DRS has definitely been shooting well, shooting very well, but on defense they have got to watch down low.
I absolutely agree.
Definitely finding down low. They're missing layups, but that's not going to happen all game. They're going to start hitting the layups, and DRS is going to start giving up the lead.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Of course they want DRS.
You know, we know this DRS team. I had the privilege of playing with some of these juniors last year. You know, they fight so much. You know, they really play hard.
Do we know Shaare's record?
I can check for you now on the DRS Live app by Benjamin Klein. Really a phenomenal app, everyone. You know, you should really get it. If you're into DRS sports, you know, this is the app to get. DRS Live by Benjamin Klein.
Watch games live, see highlights, previews, records, stats. Great app to have.
So now DRS going with the same five that ended the first quarter. Ben Weinstein, Ben Leifton, Gideon Volinsky, Amiel Kirstein, and Svika Septimus. Svika inbounding now to Amiel. Amiel calling out overload Svika. That means they're going to put an extra guy on one side. Svika drives to the lane. A nice quick move, but he's unable to finish that layup. I'm sure Svika wants that one back because that was a great, quick, strong move to the basket. He was just unable to finish. Now Shaare bringing it up. Number 35 on the left wing has it. Ooh, Svika got caught biting there, but he's able to recover. Great help defense by Gideon. Swings it around. 35 slithers into the lane, and he is fouled.
Great play and an opportunity to hit 2 foul shots to make the game a 2-point lead for DRS.
Nice, strong, aggressive move by number 35 on Shaare Torah. And now he's at the line, and he hits the first shot.
It's a 3-point game. And he knocks the second one. And it's a 2-point game. And we have Gabe Coulter checking in soon for DRS.
Gabe slowly working his way up, getting more and more minutes. You know, I don't think the first 2 games he played that much, but, you know.
But as we saw against Hafter, he played the whole second half.
Against Hafter, he played big minutes.
Great defense, and he hustles on every play.
Hard work. Gabe is a phenomenal kid.
Very hard work, dude.
He's going to come out aggressive. Makes a pass to Amiel, to the corner, to Zvika. Zvika shoots, unable to hit. And board by Shaare, but that was good hustle by DRS, you know, going for that rebound. That's what we want to see from DRS throughout this game. So now Shaare with the ball, swinging it around the perimeter. They haven't been able to get much going inside the paint. And they shoot a 3 and miss, but the long rebound goes to number 35.
One thing DRS has to work on is boxing out the shooters. They're coming in and getting every board.
Absolutely, I totally agree. You know, boxing out, getting rebounds is like the thing that it totally ends the possession, and it's heartbreaking when you play great defense for a full possession and then you just forget to box out and they get the rebound. You have to do it all over again. It really drains the Wildcats mentally.
Who called the timeout? Shaare?
I believe it was Shaare. Shaare coach, not really happy right now. Yelling at one of his players for throwing the ball to the left when they called a play to the right. What do you think that was about, Zach?
I think he likes to stick to his play, and if his players don't follow the play, it gets him mad, as you can see right now. It's a 2-point game. DRS up 2.
So yeah, their coach was not happy with that and decided to call timeout and immediately address that.
100%.
Now interesting, we have on DRS, we have Amiel up top and Gabe Coulter down low. Amiel's bigger than both of them, but coach chooses to have Amiel play up top. A very interesting decision.
Gabe's a good defender and a hard worker. So he can play down low with those big
DRS
guys.
got to watch the guy down low looking back door. But Gideon is so long, that pass would be so hard to get through. That's one of the advantages of having Gideon man down the middle. As I say that, Shaare Torah hits a 3 from the right wing. Great shot.
By 1 point. First lead of the game for Shaare Torah.
Shaare has gone into a man, and it has really affected DRS. They are not moving the ball as well. And Shaare, disappointingly, has a bigger crowd here than DRS does. Zvika, tough pass to Coulter, who swings to Leiftung, trying to set it up again. Zvika restarts the offense. To Amiel. Amiel left open. Misses, but Gabe Coulter, really hard work. A great hustle play, tips it out, gets us another possession. Zvika drives in, kicks to Leiftung, hesitates. Great floater, no good. Coulter with another rebound. And I totally get why Coulter's getting more playing time.
He's one of the smaller guys on right now, and he's getting up there for every single board.
But he has a great shot. He shot his money. I had the privilege of playing with him over the summer in some pick-up games in camp, and he has a really phenomenal shot.
Ellie Rose will come in soon.
Ellie, one of the best slashers in the league. So good in
Very
transition.
good at going left.
So good in
Stopping
transition.
going left. And a board by Ben Lifetime.
Left on Gideon. Gideon wanted that ball. You know, that's what you have to do sometimes. When you're the captain, the leader of the team, sometimes you just have to command the ball and go take it yourself. Coulter open for three.
Wow.
And he puts it in.
Ben coming off the bench with 3 points.
So Gabe Coulter coming in, hits a three, has a bunch of rebounds and a couple of steals.
Playing great today.
Great playing by Gabe Coulter tonight. Really phenomenal. Right now, I think he's the unsung hero for the DRS Wildcats. As Shaare Torah swinging it around. Ooh,
Again, they gotta watch
great,
that.
phenomenal ball movement by Shaare, but I think their center was bothered by Gideon Valensky's legs. Oh, Gideon makes him fall!
Oh! And a great play by Gideon.
Phenomenal move by Gideon Valensky. Stopped on a dime and made that kid fall.
Wow.
And then he took it in and he got fouled.
Great play, Gideon.
That would have been crazy if he was able to finish that, but
Gideon's
as
great
it is,
when he's going down full speed and he just knows what to do right away.
you know, Gideon is one of the unstoppable players in this league.
You think he's in the talk for MVP? It's too early in the season.
I think definitely, he's a phenomenal player. Phenomenal.
Still early in the season, great things will come.
The funny thing is, I think Gideon hasn't even come close to maximizing his potential yet. It only speaks to how good he can get.
Next year, when he'll be the leader of the team,
wow, it's gonna be scary.
his best.
Yeah.
And they were a great team last year. They lost in the semifinals to SAR.
So now 3:50 left in the half. DRS up 20-17. Shaare trying to reset their offense. Some defense chance by DRS.
That's what they need. They have no fans.
Yeah. They really need to show more heart, I think. As I say that, Shaare Torah number 35 knocks down a wide open three.
They're shooting very well from the three, Shaare.
Very well. You know, that's one of the reasons they're in this game right now. You know,
Yep.
with the evolution of small ball in the NBA, I think it's translated over to the Yeshiva League too, you know. You see more and more kids start looking for threes, and it is a good way, but you have to be able to knock them down efficiently.
Everyone watches Curry, so everyone wants to shoot that 3 ball.
Yeah. You know, some kids now just walk into a gym, and, you know, they're just shooting from half court because they just want to be like Curry. You know, you got to focus on the fundamentals first.
That's true. Kids are only working on their 3-point. There's a whole more to the game than just 3.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a controversy going on right now.
We're going to try to find out what they're talking about. So they said that since there was no jump ball yet in this quarter, it is Shaare ball. Very interesting. So now Shaare brings it up.
And just an update, MTA beat Haskell by 3.
As a walk is called on Shaare Torah. So as the score is 20-20 DRS, looking to close out the half strong. You know, it's very important to get a nice, good lead going into the half.
We got 3 minutes left in the half. Let's see what DRS can do before the half. Wow. Tough call, and it's going against DRS.
Tough play, great drive by Ellie, but, you know, unable to capitalize. Also, for Knicks fans out there, the Knicks are beating the Miami Heat 106-95 with 3:14 left in the fourth quarter.
Thank you, Nady, for the update.
You know, you see that play, Shaare, 3 guys there hustling for the ball. They just want it more right now. And because of that, they get an open shot. Almost goes in. And Coulter with another rebound. Wow, I totally understand why Coulter is out there. As the ref yells at the Shaare coach, tells him to sit down after he was complaining for a walk.
And no
Gideon
foul
gets
ball.
blocked. Ellie gets it back. And Ellie finishes. Ellie,
Great play right there.
great job. Ellie quietly has around 10, 12 points now, you know, just from slashing, getting the easy buckets. You know, Ellie might not be the flashiest player, but, you know, what he does works. As Ben Lachlan with a great anticipation, driving in, and he finishes the layup. Great
close to post
anticipation.
play.
Phenomenal play by Ben Leichton. Ben really stepping up this year as a leader.
Ben's got a lot of points tonight coming off great.
So with 1:40 left in the half, DRS has a 4-point lead, looking to extend that lead. Shaare Torah misses and blocked by Gideon. You know, that length is so hard to get a shot off. Gideon really bothering the Shaare Torah big man inside with his length. You know, 6 feet, probably has around a 6'5" wingspan.
He's got like 3 blocks already.
Yep, absolutely.
Wow.
As Shaare Torah knocks down a 3.
They are continuing to hit the 3-point shot.
You know, I am sure that one of the focuses for the DRS team at the half is to defend the 3-pointer better. You know, Shaare has gotten probably at least half of their points off of wide open threes. The DRS has to do a better job of that if they want to be able to win. Coulter along with the 3.
It's a 1-point game. DRS up 1 with the score of 24-23.
You know, if I had to guess right now, I would guess that DRS has surrendered around 6 or 7 wide open threes to Shaare, and you know they're not going to be able to pull out this game if they don't guard the 3 better. You know, close out. One of the main emphasis in NBA now on defense is forcing your man to take a step in, drive him off the 3-point line, force him into taking a long 2. That long 2, one of the most inefficient shots.
I wouldn't be surprised if they switch into a 3-2 coming out of the second half.
Absolutely, I totally agree. 3-2 is obviously help defend.
Great pass by Gabe Coulter.
Wow.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Gabe Coulter comes off the bench, plays great.
You know, Gabe Coulter, definitely the unsung hero right now. That was a phenomenal rebound and a money bounce pass. He literally looked like Russell Wilson out there, dropping it in the bucket. As Shaare Torah misses a 3 to end the half. 26-23 DRS going into the second half.
Solid half for both teams. DRS on 3.
saw that! And Frisch is celebrating!
Lightfoot gets the ball again. He's going to go straight to the hoop.
Oh! He jams it! He puts it down! That may be the best play in Yeshiva history! Oh boy! The crowd is going nuts! Did you see that?
I don't think we just saw that.
And Frisch is celebrating!
Everybody, so we are back on now, ready to start the second half. Just one quick thing about the DRS Live app. So if you are having trouble or not getting notifications on the DRS Live chat, I've been told to let you guys know to update the app, try updating the app, and then once you've updated it, you go to the top right on the app, click settings, you turn everything off. Turn all the notifications off, right? And then I believe you try to turn them back on, and hopefully you should be getting updates.
And if you do that, it can be a great app. You can be at home doing your work and getting alerts.
You know, really phenomenal app. I tip my hat off to Benjamin Klein, you know. This app gives you scores, gives you updates after quarters. We'll be shutting down momentarily, but we will be back hopefully in a minute. We're just experiencing some technical difficulties.